Hi everyone, this is Hector Valdes with Coldwell Banker, and today I'm going to talk to you about moving to Miami and everything that's to be considered when moving to this amazing city. So today I'm going to talk to you about Miami. Miami is a city in the southern portion of Florida. It's a really unique and diverse city, and today I'm going to talk to you about all the different things that you need to consider when moving to this really amazing and glorious city. So first of all, let's talk about geography. So Miami is actually a city within a county. So the city of Miami is actually a much smaller city within that county, and there's several different neighborhoods within the city of Miami. The county is actually much bigger, and it stretches all the way west into the Everglades, all the way east to Miami Beach, north to Aventura, and south all the way down to Homestead right before the Florida Keys. So it's actually a pretty big county. So let's first talk about Miami Beach. So Miami Beach is actually an island off Miami. It kind of sits on its own. It's world renowned for Art Deco architecture. It's known for its glorious beaches. And actually, if you look at Miami, there's not really any beaches on the mainland of Miami. They're mainly on Miami Beach and all the barrier islands that go all the way up to Sunny Isles. So if you're looking for a community where you really want to be close to the beach, Miami Beach is a really great option. Most of the areas are pretty walkable, or the neighborhoods are pretty walkable to the beach. So if you're really looking for a beach community, Miami Beach and the barrier islands going north all the way through Surfside and Sunny Isles are really a great option. We also have a downtown core in Miami. So the downtown core includes Brickell, Wynwood, Edgewater, and Midtown, and also the Design District. So what's great about these areas is that they offer a really true downtown experience. Most of the areas are pretty walkable, or everything's within close distance. You have a lot of high rises. There's definitely a much more urban experience within these areas. You have lots of parks, art galleries, restaurants, and it's a really great place to live if you're looking for that truly urban experience. Then we have the Upper East Side. So the Upper East Side encompasses Bay Point, Belmead, Morningside, and Miami Shores. These communities are even different from what we've talked about because these are a little bit more suburban. So you have really beautiful homes with beautiful architecture, and some of these neighborhoods definitely have that, in addition to what I call Deco Med, which is an Art Deco and Mediterranean fusion that occurs here in Miami. And you have lots of homes that kind of exhibit that type of architecture. Then we have the southern part of Miami. So that area includes Coconut Grove, Coral Gables, and South Miami. Those neighborhoods are definitely much more green. So you have the experience of having more trees. Things are a little bit more open. There's more space. Lots of single family homes, beautiful neighborhoods. Definitely a great area to raise your kids. So that's the southern portion of Miami. So as you can see, it's a pretty diverse area with different neighborhoods, which is really exciting. Gives you a lot to choose from. Okay, so let's talk about things to do in Miami. So there's a lot to do, especially when it comes to the water. There's the beaches, which we spoke about earlier. Lots of great beaches, especially on Miami Beach. There's lots of great parks all over the city. Tropical Park. We have Museum Park in downtown, Flamingo Park on Miami Beach. Lots of great parks to enjoy. There's lots of dog parks kind of scattered everywhere as well, which is really great. Miami's also really known for its shopping. We have great shopping centers here. We have Aventura Mall, which is on the northern border. We have Dayland Mall to the south. We have Merrick Park, Brickell City Center, and there's more and more malls coming in the next couple of years. So there's always a lot of great shopping options. And actually, there's also Bal Harbour Shops, which is one of my personal favorites. Let's talk about culture, talk about things to do. Lots of culture in Miami. You have the Adrian R. Center in downtown Miami, which often has different types of shows, Broadway shows are brought here many times, so definitely something that, that can be enjoyed. There's the Frost Museum of Science in downtown Miami, which is one of my personal favorites. Really fun for kids, lots of interesting things to look at regarding science. And then we have the Perez Art Museum, which has a great restaurant right on the bay. I've eaten at it many, many times after enjoying the museum, of course. And the museum features normally great artists from Latin America. And the Verdi restaurant, which is right on the bay, offers beautiful views of the causeway going over to Miami Beach. There's a lot of great options for dining in Miami. As you may know or not know, there's a lot of Latin influence here in Miami, and we have lots of Cuban, Colombian, Venezuelan restaurants, Puerto Rican restaurants, Chilean, anything and everything you can think of, Argentinian steakhouses. So we have lots of really nice ethnic food, but we also have a mixture of other types of American food, great pizza, etc., in really a variety of price points. So definitely something you want to check out throughout the entire city. There's great restaurants in Midtown, in South Beach, in Brickell, so definitely something to check out. Let's talk about climate, because obviously one of the main reasons you want to move to Miami, and most people do, is because of our amazing climate. So we do have pretty mild weather all year long, or pretty warm. Oftentimes you're going to have temperatures in the 80s even in a month like December or January, for example. So we definitely have our weather is kind of split in two for the main part. We have the drier months of the late fall into early spring. So we have less rainfall, the nights are cooler, the days are still pretty warm, but just really nice dry weather. And then starting in May, usually around Memorial Day, we go into our wet season, or what's also known as our hurricane season. So it's pretty rainy during those times. The rainstorms can be pretty intense. So I typically always keep an umbrella in my car just as a backup. Actually, I keep two umbrellas. I keep one in my car and one in my trunk just in case, because those rainstorms can come in pretty swift. Our atmosphere here is very much subtropical, so it can get pretty intense in terms of rain and wind. The other thing to keep in mind are hurricanes. We are in an area which is very much prone to hurricanes. It's something that is something to manage and to be aware of, and not to be taken lightly. It's important to have a plan in terms of if you have to evacuate. So if you live in a building, or if you live by the coast, more than likely you'll have to evacuate, and it'll be important when you move here to really think about, if you did have to evacuate, where would you go? And then the second thing is that if you're not in an evacuation area, is to really have supplies. So you need to have water, batteries, etc. There's a lot of online guides in terms of the supplies that you need for a hurricane, and that's really important when you purchase your home here, is to have those supplies in backup. Keep it in your garage, keep it in your storage area, just to be prepared that if something happens, that you have everything ready to go. Typically what happens here is that everybody leaves it for the last minute, and our grocery stores get bombarded. So you definitely don't want to leave it till the last minute. You want to have everything prepared and ready to go if a hurricane does come. So we talked about all these different neighborhoods, right? So something that you should think about is your lifestyle. So what is going to be the most important to you when you move to Miami? Do you want to be near a beach? Is a beach important? There are definitely some areas that are catered to that. What's important in terms of getting in your car? Do you want to be in an area where you can walk around and you have restaurants and things to do nearby? Or are you okay getting in your car and driving around? That's something really important, especially if you're coming from places like New York, Philadelphia, Boston, Chicago, and you love that walkability. We do have that in Miami, but not in every area. So it'll be important to identify what's going to be the most important for you in terms of where you're living. If you don't mind getting in a car, We definitely have some really nice suburban areas where you can drive around. Be aware that the traffic here can be a little bit intense. So if you're living somewhere, you definitely want to think about where you're going to be driving to in terms of like, do you need to be close to your workplace? Because driving, especially on I-95, the Palmetto and the Dolphin Expressways can get pretty crazy. So something definitely to think about. Or do you want to be in an artsy area? Do you want to be in a place like near Wynwood or the Design District where you have lots of art galleries and interior design and things that are significant? I know for me, that was always really important. My family comes from a very artsy background and I really love art. So for me, it's always important to think about, do I want to be close to art galleries? Do I want to be exposed to like cool upcoming artists? And that's definitely something that Wynwood and the Design District offer. So, it's something that you should think about as well. So I think that's pretty much it. That's Miami in a nutshell. Hopefully it's helped you guys kind of discover a little bit more about what our area is about. Of course, I'm always available if you want to talk on the phone, or you can comment below, and I'm happy to get on the line and talk a little bit more about our amazing city. I was born here and raised here, so I know it really well, and I've lived all over the city, so I know a lot of different communities. So I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you.